everyone. Welcome to Endpoint Pulse Podcast. This is Siyuly Kingsly, your host for this episode. And we have a fun bunch of people here with me, all the way from Philippines. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you. Over to you.
I'll start first. Okay. So hi everyone. Good day. So I am Michael Sanchez. So I'm part of IT Group Inc. in the Philippines, and I am a senior technical account manager. Of course, handling ManageEngine, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been with ITG for almost 6 years.
Hello everyone, my name is Joyce. I'm also a senior technical account manager in ITG. And yeah, since then, I've been handling ManageEngine solution portfolio. And I've been with ITG for almost fruitful 5 years now and still counting.
Good morning everyone, my name is Jimenez. So I'm from IT Group Incorporated Philippines. I am a senior technical account manager for enterprise account, and I also handle the training and certification of our engineers. I've been with ITG for the past 8 months and 11 years.
Oh, okay. Great. So, shall we start with, Endpoint Central turning 20? Because, we've come through a long way, a great evolution from being a CMT to an EMM and then now a UEM solution, and we're slowly growing and developing into the next phase as well. So what are your thoughts on the journey of Endpoint Central over the last 2 decades?
The one best to answer that one is the one with 8 months and 11
Yes.
years.
I started Desktop Central before it became Endpoint Central. As I remember, I started it with Desktop Central 6. So the common feature from other endpoint solution is the patch management. And then slowly from that, and Desktop Central evolves slowly but surely, incorporating more features, incorporating more security features. Right now that we have Endpoint Central Security Edition, that it's been a big leap for the 20 years. As I've been handling it for 11 years, I see a very big changes and improvement in regards with Endpoint Central.
Yeah, true. So how do you think the market in the Philippines has changed? How do you think the customers' requirements and needs have changed? Because with the introduction of AI in the last few years, there's been a lot of buzz around AI, and people are requesting for security along with AI. So how is it like in the Philippines market? Could you tell us about that?
In the Philippine market, it's good that we already have Endpoint Central with security functionalities and so on. And yes, there's also a rise of in need for AI. And I have this one customer that's looking for a digital experience functionality or features. But I think currently Endpoint Central is already working on that one. But in the Philippine market, I think AI is really, there's already rising need and requests of that kind of feature, so that we'll be able to give insights and then provide more details about how their endpoint management together with endpoint security into their organization fits in. And most of the industries that we have is in terms of manufacturing, distribution and retail, financial institution, and the BPO industry. So those are the top industries that we have in terms of Endpoint Central.
That's great. Just to follow up, oh, you had something to add?
No, please go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to add something for that. A decade ago, Philippine network is what we call something like a private or a closed network.
Yeah.
So most companies have on-premise setup. So most of them having a private network, they want their security solution or other IT solution to be on-premise. So with that, I think it's about 2014 when the internet booms in the Philippines. So that's the time that some of the companies are looking to migrate to cloud solution. Now, that becomes a trend when the COVID comes in, because most of the workforce are working from home. So companies needs to adapt on the current situation. So right now, during the pandemic period, instead of having a closed infrastructure, they create a hybrid infrastructure. And most of the companies also move into pure cloud. So from managing your internal network to managing a hybrid network and managing a full cloud infrastructure, Endpoint Central becomes a big help.
Yes.
It provides, just like the patch management solution, instead of an IT engineer going to your computer and patching it manually, I can just now select a patch and then deploy that to the endpoint remotely. Even in troubleshooting, I don't need to go and touch your computer. I'll just do a remote access to your computer using Endpoint Central, and I can check your computer. So those are big things. Even in software deployment, before it's manually, you'll be installing software to your computer. But because of Endpoint Central, I can now select an installer and then select the target machine and deploy that. So with that, it becomes more easier, it becomes more faster to manage endpoint using Endpoint Central.
If I may add on that one
Yes,
as well. So the rising, actually the trend is actually one of the biggest things about the management side, which is the hybrid setup, what my colleague mentioned earlier. But there's also another rise in the requirements in terms of security. So previously, relating to the previous statement mentioned, all of the networks are on locally. There's only one single internet going outside, network going outside. And the main source of security is more on the network level. But recently, due to the, of course, rise of different kinds of attacks, so we need to provide more security, more and focus on the endpoint level. So this is actually where the industries are now focusing on. And definitely the pandemic made the biggest impact in terms of this rise of requirements.
And then as you mentioned about AI, in the Philippines, we are very curious what AI is. So it's curiosity that creates the needs. So because of the curiosity of the Filipino, what AI can do, they will be asking, that's great, AI can do this, AI can do this. Now, can AI also do this? AI can do this? So there's now a rise in another feature or another requirements. So because I already understand what is AI, now I want this AI to also do this. So that's one of the major criteria that Endpoint Central is also providing us. They are welcome for requests of features. So when we ask the team, especially the dev team, is this possible? They will say, we'll look into it and give you a time, or we give you an answer if it is possible. So the AI technology becomes now not just a curiosity, but it's a need now in the Philippines.
True. So, following up with your response, vendor consolidation is something some of the organizations are moving towards, because previously organizations would have multiple softwares that can do their patch management, that can do their software deployment, to manage Mac devices, they would have a separate software. So what do you think? How is it like in the Philippines market? Are people moving towards a single vendor solution that can provide everything? That will be easy to, grab the reports when there is an attack or a threat, to analyze where the problem lies. So do you think people are shifting more towards a single vendor solution, or how is it like in the Philippines?
I can share a story regarding that. I have one electric company in the Philippines. As you know, Philippines is a window country. And Microsoft provides free usage of SCCM and WSUS. You just need only to pay for the training for your administrator on using WSUS and SCCM. Now I asked them, yes, you have WSUS and SCCM. How do you patch third-party applications? How do you patch your Mac OS? How do you patch your Linux operating system? They said, we do it manually. Because SCCM and WSUS doesn't have capabilities for that. They can only patch Microsoft application and operating system. Now, there comes in that I introduce them to Patch Connect Plus. So that's the first step. When they see how Patch Connect Plus works, it now patches third-party application using their existing infrastructure, using also SCCM and WSUS. It's just an integrator for that. Then, the next thing I ask them is, now, because you have that, you can now patch third-party application. How can you deploy third-party application? That's the time that I introduce them to Desktop Central. So we have a solution that can do patch management for third-party application. We can also do patch or OS update for Windows, Mac, and Linux. And you can also now do software deployment in Vault. So I got them in Desktop Central that time. The next thing is Desktop Central upgrades to Endpoint Central, and now we have incorporated OS deployer. So I introduced them. How do you do deployment of operating system, imaging of existing computers? When I introduced them to OS deployer, and I told them that it's integrated with Endpoint Central, you just need a license to activate it. They said, oh, that's a good one. We don't need a third-party application. We don't need another server to do that. Next to that, another is we introduced the security edition. Now, I told them, oh, because you're using Windows, how do you manage your BitLocker? They said, we manually activate it. Where's the encryption key? There.
Excel sheet.
We put it on an Excel sheet. What about if you have a management tool that will manage configuration and settings for your BitLocker, and then you have a centralized repository of your encryption keys? Okay, that's great. How can I have that? You just need to activate it again using a license, because it's already available to that to your Endpoint Central. It's just a matter of activation. So from that, it's much easier to add more application in a single console, and also using the existing infrastructure. So that's why they are they are more on choosing our solution. Next to that is if they also have an ITSM tool. If they are using Service Desk Plus, there is a direct integration. You can integrate Endpoint Central to Service Desk Plus, and using the self-service portal in Endpoint Central, you can create an incident or a request ticket. So those seamless integration makes it more easier, and also it makes the end user love ManageEngine solution.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful answer, actually. How you are suggesting our solutions to, your customers. That was a wonderful story. So now, moving on to the next question. Speaking about, the hybrid workforce and the remote workforce, what are the features that your customers rely on to maintain security and, because the corporate data is out there. When you're in the office, it's all in one network. It is all under your control. But when it moves out of the office, we may never know where the customers or where the clients or the end users are going to, maybe they might be in a cafe working, they might be in the airport working. So what features do these clients or the customers rely on to maintain security and to improve or increase productivity when it comes to remote workforce and hybrid workforce?
So yeah, just to answer to that one is the customers that we're able to talk to, they really love the managed mobile device management, MDM. That is good thing right now that is already within or incorporated within the Endpoint Central. So it's really called Unified Endpoint Management. So when we talk to the customers, they're really amazed that mobile device management is already within Endpoint Central. That's a very plus points to our customers. But in terms of the remote workforce, the mobile device management functionalities are really helpful and really amaze our customers. And when we talk about geofencing, when we talk about geo-tracking, they're able to track where's the mobile devices, where our their employees are, especially the remote wipe functionalities that really, most of our customers is really looking on that functionality. Yes, you are correct in terms of securing the data. So yes, we can see where they are, but how's the data? How do we secure? How do we manage the data? The remote wipe is really, a fantastic functionality. They're also able to choose to just wipe the whole the device for a factory reset, or just wipe the corporate data. So they're also amazed in terms of our BYOD functionalities. In your own device, we're able also to manage their the employee's personal device, but we're able also to mention that we will not see your personal space. We will just manage your corporate profile or the work profile. So they're really amazed on that functionality. So we're able to make sure to them that for the BYOD devices, the personal space will not be touched. We just only touch the corporate data or the corporate work profile. So the MDM functionalities, geofencing, geo-tracking, and at the same time, the conditional exchange access. So so the corporate email, if we will enable the conditional exchange access, those other devices that is owned by the employee will not be able to log into their emails. So that is also the added functionalities and security that is very useful for our customers inside MDM, mobile device management.
Just to add as well,
Yes.
it's actually one of the most common the most common industry that focus on hybrid setup is actually more in the business processing and outsourcing industry. So we have actually call centers in the Philippines, which has multiple sites. Yes. Now, in this specific aspect, so of course, each individual BPO industry has their own specific clients, which entrusts all the processes, all the data, and of course, to be able to adjust and to keep the integrity of that specific business in terms of managing all the data again, any process being done, they have to secure specifically on the endpoints themselves. So we have, of course, you have to protect from data leakage. We have to prevent them from installing specific malicious software that may cause or maybe a window for black hat attackers to enter specific devices. So actually, when the release of the security edition of Endpoint Central came in, which includes application control, it minimizes the usage of third-party apps, pirated applications, non-licensed applications, of course, device control for all of the peripherals. All of these security add-ons are very helpful for the clients, specifically on the BPO industry. Now, the management side, when we talk to the management people in terms of within our clients, they are rest assured that the process does not lose its integrity, and at the same time, all of the files are not being leaked outside from devices that are even working within the office, or even if they work on a public coffee shop, maybe on their own homes.
Outside the world, any part of the world.
So actually, that's good.
Also, to add to that, there are two parts in regards with data security. We have what we call the network layer. So that's where data security plus plays its role. It secure your file server for theft or for unauthorized access to files. Now, because of the hybrid situation, most files are now saved locally to their computers or to their mobile phones. With the addition of security edition in Endpoint Central, particularly the data leak prevention, so it helps industry to make their corporate file secure. So with that, you can set a file to set it that you can only do read only. You can edit a file, or you cannot send a file via email attachment. You cannot copy the file through USB. You cannot even print a file. You cannot even do a print screen of the file. So those features that Endpoint Central makes the industry or makes the company confident that even their employees having the data outside their company, they make sure that it is still secured.
Great. Thank you for your response. So for my next question, what are the industry split like in the Philippines? What major industries do you encounter when it comes to the UEM market? What are the major industries in the Philippines?
Mike,
Sure. We actually in IT Group A, we actually handle different kinds of industries. We don't focus on a specific pillar. So most of our experiences. So on my end, I've been handling Of course, we're handling across all industries, but majority of the time, I've been handling more the telco, tech, and media, specifically for ISPs, internet service providers. We have the BPO industries as well. So on that specific aspect, there's a huge trend in terms of the endpoint security side. So Endpoint Central is actually helping them out on their operations.
Yeah, on my experience, one of the biggest industry that top industry is the manufacturing, distribution, and retail. So having that is they have different branches across or nationwide in the Philippines. So we have a client that using Endpoint Central, and they started during I think 2021. So it's during pandemic still, and until now they're still using and they're still adding more licenses, and it's a good sign that Endpoint Central really helps them. And they just acquired the Endpoint Central yet, but we are already introducing the endpoint security module so that they can leverage the security functionality. Slowly, we are getting into that in terms of the endpoint security. And apart from that one, we still there's major or enterprise manufacturing, distribution, and retail, but there's also the small enterprises, small to medium manufacturing, distribution, and retail also using Endpoint Central.
Yeah. For me, let me share a story. One of the biggest customer for endpoint management is one of the leading banks in the Philippines. Just to share, they have 26,000 endpoints and counting. So I've been from the planning to the pre-sales to the implementation until the post-implementation and support for that particular project. So with the help of ManageEngine team from the Endpoint Central, we design and make it secure. So they are using the enterprise edition of Endpoint Central right now, but they are using also most of the add-ons because it's on premise and some needs to connect to the server from outside. We also provide them with a secure gateway. So to make sure that connecting to the server from the outside is still secured. Then we also incorporate high availability with them because they have 26,000 endpoints. So we use high availability to make sure that our solution and their operation will be running 24/7. Next to that, we also deploy distribution servers so that to split the load from the server. So if all 26,000 starts to getting patched from the server, the distribution server will be the one to manage the traffic. And lastly, with that, we also deploy a jump to server. So nobody can do a direct access to the Endpoint Central server. So those design together with Dinesh from Unified Endpoint, we have multiple engagement with the end user to do the design, setting it up, approval, and then putting it on a project. So that's a very very challenging project for us, especially the number. But right now, it's working fine. And then the customer is now looking for the upgrades. They are looking for the security edition. So it's not easy, if, in regards with procurement, especially for those big companies, we need to go to multiple stages. So, but it's right now it's fruitful. They are looking to upgrade it for more.
So, speaking about endpoint security, cybersecurity has been a hot topic for a minute now, right? We've been spreading awareness about cybersecurity, cyber attacks, the threats out there, but we still see a steady increase in the cyber attacks in the last few years. So, what is it like in the Philippines? Do you think there is still a gap in understanding the threat landscape and being prepared for it, or do you think the Philippines market is strong and well educated?
Okay, let me answer that. In the Philippines, when I do a talking engagement, especially in regards with cybersecurity, I ask my audience, do you know which is the most vulnerable part of your infrastructure? Nobody can answer. But you know what is the most vulnerable part? Us, human. And there's no remediation to that vulnerability. You cannot patch a human. Yeah. You cannot upgrade a human. You cannot update my operating system. So now, the next thing is, what do you think would be the next vulnerable part? So that is your endpoint. Before, in a file server type setup, the most vulnerable is your server. Hackers tend to attack your server, your on-premise server. That's why we make what we call the castle system. So this is where you put in your server in the middle, put firewalls, put security on that so nobody can penetrate your server. Now, everything is on cloud. You can access it by your computer with an internet connection. And then, how can you protect your endpoints? That's my question to them. I told them, you have an employee. Open up an email or go to a website. And then they saw an ads. You win iPhone 16 Pro Max. And click on that. What happens? It already installed an adware.
Yes.
So how do we manage that? How do we mitigate that? So the first thing is you need a tool to manage or detect your vulnerabilities. So that's where the endpoint security comes in. We have the Vulnerability Manager Plus. It detects your computer's vulnerability and provides you remediation. Then, as right now, Endpoint also providing us the next generation antivirus and then the anti-ransomware attack. So those things that you can put into your endpoint makes your endpoint secure, and it makes those company confident that my entry point is secured. I have put a gate on it before you can penetrate it. So those things that help them to understand how cyber attack and make it easier for them to understand and embrace cybersecurity and cybersecurity tools like Endpoint Central Security Edition.
Yeah, if I may add, the Sir Henry mentioned about educating or making awareness of the need of the cybersecurity in the Philippines. But and if I may recall a few of our clients, the challenge is, yes, they're aware, we need this tool, but at the end of the day, it really boils down on the management's decision. If I think we also need to make awareness on the management side that we really need this one, we really need this to our this tool to make it's for our organization. So on the challenge side of having cybersecurity solution, yes, the tool is very fantastic and so on, but at the end of the day, the decision still falls on the management side. So I think most of the clients that we're able to talk to, the IT administrator and so on, they're amazed, they want that solution, but when it comes to the management decision, so yeah, that's one thing that...
And then that's another strength of Endpoint Central.
Yes.
In regards with the pricing.
Yes,
Definitely.
agree.
If you compare it with the current price of other security solution in the market, you will see that pricing difference. It's also help us to convince them because of how we do the pricing, how do we do licensing. And what we tell our customer is ManageEngine or Endpoint Central is not cheap.
Yeah.
But it is cost effective.
Yes.
That's our term. Cost effective.
Great.
Yeah, actually, if you're gonna compare, if you're gonna translate or explain ManageEngine, they're like Lego blocks. Just pick the solutions and the add-ons that you need that will fit your budget.
Yes.
And of course, I think this goes for all of the partners across the globe. So all of the partners, even research as well, we help our clients, of course, help them out. What do you need? Oh, this is your use case. This is the best solution set for you. We'll help you, we'll train you, we'll implement this for you. And we also have, of course, support, definitely. So for the past 20 years, thank you so much, Endpoint Central team. And I just want to highlight on the security aspect. So of course, just like what Sir Henry mentioned earlier, is that of course humans are the base root of all of the vulnerabilities in the IT kingdom. Now, of course, Endpoint Central can cover definitely the endpoint level, which is confident. We are confident with the solution that we are selling specifically. There are some aspects that needs to be focused on as well. Network, different kinds of setup as well. So we're actually looking forward for the MBPI. So that's part of the roadmap. Thank you for that one. So yeah, security, there's a very big difference of the requirements from the past 5 years. So some of our clients are actually having these requirements just now in two kinds of things. Either number one, they are a victim of cyber attacks, or number two, required by compliance. So these two are the most important.
Okay. Speaking about compliances, are there any specific compliances that you assist your customers to comply with, currently in the Philippines?
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. In regards to the industry standard certification, number one in the Philippines is ISO 27001. So that is for the local government. So we also have the local version of GDPR, the Data Privacy Act of the Philippines. So technically, DPA is following what GDPR do. So if you get certification for GDPR, definitely you can be certified with Data Privacy Act of the Philippines. Now, depending on the industry. So if the industry is a BPO, Business Processing Office, so they are serving other countries. Just like I think the industry here in India. So Philippines and India is number one and number two in regards with BPO. So we serve other country. So we need to follow the standard of other country. So we have one BPO client. They are looking for GDPR, ISO 27001, HIPAA, and NIST. We deploy Endpoint Central. And then when the auditors comes in, they saw that there is an agent. And when they check the agent, it is Endpoint Central. They just put check on all the compliance. So all the clauses pertaining to the endpoints, IT asset management, inventory, hardware and software inventory, they just check it without checking, just by seeing that there's Endpoint Central in there. So that's one thing that we can say that in regards with compliance, we just put Endpoint Central. We say you can pass that compliance.
Yes, true.
One more, actually, just to add, there's one more item is the CIS benchmark. So some of our we need to inform our clients. We have to educate them as well. The CIS benchmarking is not something that just install something, it's good. So with Endpoint Central, having this specific solution, having the agent installed on the machine, gives our clients' endpoint management team the idea what they need to configure, to patch up, to set specific standards for these specific categories. So with Endpoint Central, it's actually a big help on CIS benchmarking.
That's great. That's great. Do you have anything to add? Okay. So for my final question, each one of you, if you could describe Endpoint Central in 3 words or 3 sentences, what would they be?
3 words for Endpoint Central. Secure, cost-effective, and especially easy to use. It makes your endpoint secured. In regards with budget, it is cost-effective. And lastly, for the customer, it makes you easy to manage all those endpoints.
So I'm still thinking of the words, but first thing comes into my mind is unified, because as was the name is, it amazed the clients having different types of various manufacturing types of devices, OS. When they heard that it's a unified endpoint management, so it amazed them. I can see the amazement that in a single application they can already manage their Windows, Mac, and Linux devices, and even their mobile devices. So that's unified. I can also say it's I can say, if I may say, fantastic, because I can see though I'm already just 5 years, but I was able to see Desktop Central. I start as Desktop Central and then make it Endpoint Central. So it's really amazing the evolution of Endpoint Central from the management. Now we're already incorporating endpoint security and the AI. So and I think as the time goes by, there's still evolution, and that's one thing also that I mentioned to our clients, that as the time goes by, as the demand increase, our ManageEngine is also following the trend and making sure that you're not left out, making sure that what's the need in the market will be available in Endpoint Central, Endpoint
Continuous
Security,
improvement.
AI, next-gen antivirus, and yeah, that's for me, ManageEngine Endpoint Central is really fantastic, and I'm looking forward to what it can more offer to our clients. And the third word would be I like to say friendly, UI friendly, but at the back end, the support of ManageEngine Endpoint Central team is really, fantastic. From the marketing, from the support side, they are really there. They are really helping us for each of every client, whether it's a small client or a big enterprise client. They're really making sure that their support is really up, I'm very, very thankful with all of the ManageEngine Endpoint Central team for their utmost support to ITG Philippines.
For mine, endpoint management, security, not kidding. Three words that come to my mind is actually number one is convenient. In terms of management and security, basically. Value of the solution. So value for the solution itself, what is the capability, plus the costing of it. And of course, for the last one, it's actually I don't want to say complete, because I know endpoint management or endpoint center is continuously growing, but I may be able to say it's sufficient for security. Yes.
Great.
So that's my take for that one.
Happy 20 years, Endpoint Central!
Thank you so much for this episode, and thank you for sharing your experience with us. This
you.
brings us to the end of this podcast. This is Siyuly Kingsly signing off until next time.